Welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have some of the most brilliant and brightest. Yep, I'm talking about the Mayor's Youth Commission of Tacoma. With me right now, I have Nate Miner. He is a junior at Wilson High School, and he is the chair of the Mayor's Youth Commission of Tacoma. Nate, welcome to Cityline.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. It's nice to officially meet you, and I'm excited to talk about the commission.
Well, let's get to it, and thank you for that. So what is youth representation? Why is it important on this commission?
Well, it's really important because everyone's voice matters. It doesn't matter your age, and youth being involved in the conversation creates a holistic opinion and decision making. As youth, we have valid opinions on social issues, and as seen on this commission, we can match the professionalism of our adult leaders.
Nice, very nice. So how has the commission adapted to this virtual environment? Because of all people, I think that high school students, junior high, middle school, boy, they Zoom a lot. So how did you make this work?
Well, it can be hard sometimes, especially when everyone has so many Zoom meetings. And so COVID started at the end of our 2020 term. So it was our first leadership team, because the commission has only been going since January 2019. So our first team had to adapt to that, and then they shifted it off to us. And it's been challenging, but we've been able to shift. We get all of our information through text message or other apps, email, Zoom. We've coordinated meetings with council members, police department representatives, and other community members. And we've been able to pick up our momentum and do this youth representation from our bedrooms.
Oh, that's a great phrase. So this pandemic, I mean, it's been up and down and up and down. We're sheltering in place. We're in phase 1. Now we're going to 2. We're back to 1. You know, just an illustration of that. So how has that rhythm affected the commission's work?
Well, I think it made it harder for us at first to have our steady workplace pace, because we were working pretty fast before COVID, and we had to reassess, like, what are we going to do now? And so it can be harder sometimes. Like we have to coordinate with people fully virtually, and sometimes we never even see their faces, and we're working on projects with them. But at the same time, it can be easier because some people couldn't get transportation to go to locations, or also our locations were all over the city. We didn't have a set place. So it's easier. We always have a set place now. It's Zoom. And really the thing is, it's like adapting to a new world. And some things that worked before don't work now, and some things that didn't work then do work now.
Beautifully said. Wise beyond your years, Mr. Nate. So describe for me what the Youth Commission meetings are like.
Well, we usually start off with an icebreaker. It's a good way to just get everyone engaged. But since it's this whole year now, everyone's pretty engaged now, and we all know each other pretty well. We've built a good community, so it's not that hard to have fun and get engaged. We usually discuss a commission project after that icebreaker, or we meet with a community member. Last Saturday, we actually met with the Office of Equity and Human Rights, and they told us just what they do and how we could possibly work with them in the future. So that was really exciting. Then we usually do committee breakouts, and that's where most of the work takes place.
So Nate, how many people right now are on the Youth Commission?
We have a good about 20 to 25 people on the Youth Commission. We're always looking for more, though. We're always open. And in fact, like our sign-up process is super easy. Like, we're not like other youth commissions. When you sign up, you're in, period. There's no like application, like selection process. We want everyone who wants to be involved in the commission.
Wow, that is so accommodating. So I would imagine, though, there is an age restriction, because I know for a fact I am too old to be on the Youth Commission. Is that correct?
Yeah, we usually, it's about 7th grade through 12th grade. And then after senior year, you age out, and you can still be a part of the commission. Like, you can still attend meetings stuff, but you just can't vote. and you can't take a leadership position. So it's basically 7th through 12th grade.
So you're kind of working on some alumni because, this keeps going in 10 years. You're going to have 10 years of people who have aged out and have probably some really good advice. So that's something to look forward to. So when we talk about the kind of actions that you've taken this year, what are they?
We've done quite a few things. To name a few, we've worked with Tacoma Public Schools to offer guidance on our thoughts on student resource officers, which we eventually took a stance against. Our Justice and Safety Committee specifically has been very vocal about our stance on police violence and police activity in our city. We worked with the local climate action group 350 Tacoma to hold the city council accountable for their climate action promise. And we also took a stance against the police violence that took place on January 23rd, 2021, when 2 people were run over by a Tacoma police officer. We talked with Mayor Woodards and representatives from the police department, holding them accountable for Resolution 40622, which promised to create an anti-racist organization in our city and champion police reform.
That's pretty impressive, I have to tell you. Are there any other projects that are in the works that we should know about?
Yes, we have a really big project going on right now. It's probably one of our biggest yet. We're going to have a youth summit on June 12th. It'll be approximately like 9 to 2 p.m. The Legislative Youth Advisory Council will be speaking. All of our standing committees will be speaking, and those are Justice and Safety, Environmental Health, Social Health, and Education, Arts, and Culture. Justice and Safety will be talking about student resource officers. There'll be opportunities for youth to provide input about the climate action plan the city is taking on. And it'll just be a fun time for people to talk about community issues and meet new people.
Nate, we've been showing a website below your face. Is that how people can find out about this June 12th summit?
There's not that much information yet, but I should say the best place to find information would be on our Instagram.
All right, and that Instagram is at the Mayor's Youth Commission of Tacoma. Is that the handle?
Yeah, it's NYC Tacoma.
Okay, NYC Tacoma. So when you look at this commission and you look at the voices that are vying to be heard in our community, and then you add COVID on top of it, Nate, how has the commission made the voices, youth voices, heard this year? Because one would think it would be so easy for any group's voice to be drowned out, given all that's happened in our community. But how has the youth made themselves heard?
We've just been very vocal when we see social issues we don't agree with, especially on our Instagram is our biggest platform to do that, like standing up against the police violence. We've done educational campaigns on voting. That was before the 2020 election. And we've done one on environmental health, which was obviously championed by our environmental health committee. But in general, we are very vocal on police and environment. And we've done that through, like when we worked with 350 Tacoma, they had a protest and we were engaged with that and involved, and we helped them get materials for that. And so we found ways to still be involved, even though we're not in person.
Ingenious. So you mentioned the June 12th summit. Is there anything else you're working on right now that we should be aware of?
There's not much as the year winds down, but I do know that our Education, Arts, and Culture Committee is working on a survey to find out about people's ethnic heritage, and we have that survey linked in our Instagram bio. It's really simple. You just give a little bit of information about where you're from, and they just want to see that to see where our community is from.
I love that. So Nate, as we flash forward to next year, what does the commission plan on doing in the future? Since I know that you being the chair, you've got some things lined up.
Yeah, well, I know we plan to fight for youth voice in government. We will always do that. And I have faith the new leadership team, which takes office July 1st, will take this platform to the next level, especially with returning to in-person. We have our final meeting is on June 19th at 3 p.m. and we will be deciding our new leadership, and they will start their agenda for the next year. So as my term winds down, what we really have left is mostly the Youth Summit and planning that final meeting.
Oh, Nate, I want to say thank you so much for being here today, taking time out of your busy schedule, and also for your leadership and your time on this commission. I'd love to have you back on next year to see what you're up to, even though you perhaps may not be involved the same way. I hope that they will tap into that brilliance you have. So thank you so much, Nate.
And thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We have much more to come on Cityline, and we'll be right back after this quick break.